Watching sports these days, I notice that many athletes seem to be friends with each other and their caddies on the golf course. But that's not the killer instinct, my friend. See, when I played, I always focused on the name on the back of my jersey, whether it was the Patriots or the Buccaneers. I knew that I had to bring my best to the game, and that meant being competitive and pushing myself to excel. Disclaimer: this is an original AI summary of the Patrick Bet David podcast. All of the content here, including the voices, were AI generated from the original episode. In sports, just like in your own business, every year is different. You have to motivate yourself and work hard to achieve your goals. It's about having a strong work ethic, being resilient, and gaining the trust and respect of your teammates and coaches. Just like in the real world, it takes a team effort to succeed. You see, my career has taught me valuable lessons about discipline, teamwork, and success. And just like in life, there are ups and downs, but it's all about how you handle them. I had to overcome challenges and setbacks, but I never let them define me. Instead, I used them as motivation to come back stronger. Now, I have to say that this interview with me is something special. I walked in with confidence, respect, and a relaxed demeanor. It's a different side of me that you don't often see, given the pressures of being a quarterback. It's a chance for me to open up and share my experiences and insights. Throughout my career, I've broken numerous records, accomplished things that many thought were impossible. It's like reaching milestones in life, like Wilt Chamberlain scoring 100 points in a game or hitting 74 home runs in a season. These achievements are rare, and it's uncertain if anyone will ever replicate them in the same way. It's hard to imagine another player having my longevity and winning 7 Super Bowls in their lifetime. And I believe that I've created a standard that is hard for others to match. It's like being the top player in a game and everyone else is trying to catch up. They see the gap and know that it's a monumental task to surpass it. That's why I consider myself the greatest of all time, and I hope you do too. Growing up, I didn't have some magical talent or natural ability like some other players. I saw myself as someone who had different qualities that would last me a lifetime: work ethic and discipline. These traits were instilled in me by my parents. My dad worked hard every day to provide for our family, and my mom made sure our home was comfortable and supported us. This discipline carried over into my teenage years. High school marked the beginning of my journey into the world of competitive football. However, my early days on the field were challenging. I wasn't the star player. In fact, I wasn't even a starter. Relegated to the role of a backup quarterback, I faced the harsh reality of setbacks and disappointment. The taste of defeat lingered in my mouth, but it didn't crush my spirit. Instead, it ignited a fire within me, a determination to prove my worth, not only to others, but to myself. It was during these formative years that I learned a crucial lesson. Success isn't always about natural talent. It's about perseverance and the refusal to succumb to adversity. I embraced the challenge, dedicating myself to the sport with a fervor that knew no bounds. Early mornings turned into late nights as I honed my skills, practiced tirelessly, and sought out mentors who could guide me toward improvement. College brought with it a new set of challenges. As a young athlete at the bottom of the depth chart, I faced the daunting task of climbing my way up. It was a period of intense competition and rigorous self-assessment. I knew that if I wanted to succeed, I had to outshine my peers, not through talent alone, but through sheer determination and an unyielding work ethic. I became a student of the game, absorbing every piece of knowledge and skill that could propel me forward. The transition to the NFL marked the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with uncertainty and the need to prove myself once again. Joining the New England Patriots as the 4th quarterback on the depth chart, I found myself in a position where I had to earn my spot. I observed the seasoned veterans, learning from their techniques and strategies. I was like a sponge, absorbing their wisdom and channeling it into my own growth. Hard work and dedication were my constant companions. I practiced endlessly, both on and off the field, refining my skills and mental acuity. It was a period of intense self-reflection and constant evolution. When my opportunity finally arrived, I seized it with both hands, refusing to let go. The belief I had in myself and the countless hours of dedication paid off. I became the starting quarterback, a position I would hold with pride and determination for years to come. Throughout my career, I learned the importance of leadership and the impact of a winning culture. Genuine connections and relationships became the bedrock of my approach to teamwork. I care deeply for my teammates, both as players and individuals. This genuine concern for their well-being created a sense of camaraderie and trust within the team, fostering an environment where each member was committed to the collective success. People want to know if there is any anxiety or desire to still compete. I respond by saying that while I still love playing football and throwing the ball, there comes a point where you need to accept that a chapter of your life is done. I've done my part and worked hard to prepare for the challenges of the NFL season. However, I also have a family, and I want to be there for my children. The NFL season is intense and demanding, and I want to prioritize my kids and be present for them. Now, let's talk about culture. In order to develop a strong culture, you need people who care about each other and what they're trying to achieve. It's like being part of a team where everyone is working towards something greater than themselves, like the military or a sports team. People show up every day on time, ready to give their best because they believe in the goal and in each other. In New England, we developed a winning culture because we had teammates who cared. We worked hard, were coachable, and won. And that attracted other players who wanted to be a part of that success. It wasn't about selfishness or padding individual stats. It was about the team's success. If someone only cared about themselves, I'd tell them to go play for the other team. Because when you're surrounded by selfish people, it's hard to achieve greatness as a team. In the Last Dance documentary, they talked about this intense moment where Isaiah Thomas didn't shake Michael Jordan's hand after losing. MJ was like, "What? You won't even show me respect?" And that grudge lasted for years. It even affected Isaiah's chances of getting on the dream team. But here's the kicker. At a recent celebration, MJ and Isaiah were in the same room. They shook hands, and MJ whispered something to Magic Johnson that had them both cracking up. Now, let's bring this back to my own experiences. The question was whether I ever had someone like Isaiah Thomas who disrespected me. Well, I can tell you I held grudges with the best of them. Anger and motivation were my engine on the field. I sought out any little thing that fired me up, a disrespectful remark, a side eye, anything to get under my skin. It was like I had a personal enemy, and it fueled my performance. Now let's talk about some other great competitors like Jack Nicklaus, Joe Montana, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, and Tiger Woods. These guys weren't out there trying to make buddies with their opponents. They were obsessed with dominating the game. Tiger had no friends. His only friends were the ones he could beat. And that killer instinct is what pushed him to greatness. But here's the thing. Nowadays in sports, you see a different dynamic. You've got players on the range in golf laughing and having dinner together after they compete against each other. It's all friendly and nice, but that's just not my style. My job as a quarterback required me to tap into a different part of myself, the emotional, aggressive, and irrational side. When I stepped onto the field, it was all about kicking some serious ass, not making friends. I mean, look at the quarterbacks I admired, like Peyton Manning and Drew Brees. They were incredible, but they weren't my friends because we were out there to beat each other. It's different now with social media and everyone being connected, but in my mind, being a quarterback meant being singularly focused on the game. As I stand before you, recounting my journey, I am filled with gratitude for the lessons learned and the challenges overcome. My story is not just a tale of football triumphs. It is a testament to the power of discipline, hard work, and unwavering belief in oneself. I stand as a symbol of the endless possibilities that lie within each individual, waiting to be unearthed through dedication and perseverance. Thank you for listening to this PodFast of my conversation with Patrick Bet David. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. See you next time.